Hare Krishna. So, in this week, from Sunday, on which there was a appearance day of Nityānanda Dāsa Ṭhākura, and just on Friday, it was appearance day of Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. We will speak something about these great personalities. Of course, we don't have so much time to spend for this purpose. We will try to see some parallels between these two great personalities and how these apply to our life, our spiritual life. So, both of these personalities were extraordinary, we can say. And not just extraordinary, they were divine personalities. Yes, sent from the spiritual world for the benefit of every one of us. So, before Nityānanda Dāsa Ṭhākura appeared, Lord Caitanya went one time with his associates to the river Padma, and he entered the river and he was calling Narottam, 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 and no one knew who was he calling for because there was no devotee known as Narottam at the time. And so Nityānanda Prabhu came to Lord Caitanya and asked him, whom are you calling for? And Lord Caitanya explained, yes, great devotee, my devotee, who will continue my mission of spreading of the holy name, spreading of Nam Sankirtan, Prema Nam, of the holy name imbued with love of Krishna, will appear. And so he stored his Prema Bhakti for Lord Krishna. He stored it in river Padma, and he called for the personification of the river. So Padmavati Devi herself came in front of Lord Caitanya, and he instructed her that she should keep this prema, this love of Krishna, and give it to Narottam when he appears. And she was wondering, how can I recognize Narottam? How can I know who is Narottam? Because he instructed, when Narottam comes to bathe in your rivers, in your waters, then give him this prema bhakti. And she was wondering, how will I recognize? Because many people are coming and taking bath in my waters. How can I recognize Narottam? And he says, no problem. You will recognize him when your waters will overflow. When some personality will come and your waters will overflow when he enters your water, then this is the sign that Narottam has come. So when Nityānanda Dāsa Ṭhākura appeared in this world, he was predicted by some astrologer that he will be an extremely intelligent person, and that he will be really dedicated to the Lord and his mission. But he warned his parents that if you allow him to bathe in some big reservoir of water, he can go mad. So he was not allowed to go to river Padmavati to bathe with his friends. But later on, once Lord Nityānanda appeared to him and instructed him, go to river Padmavati and take bath in it. So he really woke up early in the morning before anyone else woke up, and he went to the river Padmavati and took bath in this river, and the water started to overflow the banks. And River Padmavati knew this is Narottam, and so she bathed also Narottam in Krishna Prema stored by Lord Chaitanya himself. So we can see this Prema Bhakti of Lord Chaitanya is divine love that Srimati Radharani feels towards Krishna. Yes, because Lord Chaitanya is came in the mood of Srimati Radharani herself. So yes, and then before this happening, Narottam was blackish. He resembled Krishna in some way. But then he became golden. Yes, he completely changed his color. And so his mother couldn't recognize him. He looked like Narottam, but was of different color. Yes. And so she was very surprised. Who are you? You look like my Narottam. Yes. And if you see in the life of Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura, he was actually predicted in Padma Purana that great personality will appear in Jagannath Puri, and he will spread the mission of the Lord all over India, all over the world actually. And this will be very unconventional sadhu. And really, he was extremely unconventional sadhu. And he appeared 400 years after Lord Nityānanda, just 1 week later. And exactly to the same date as this year, we celebrated his appearance day, on 6th of February. Yes. And this Friday, when we celebrated his appearance day, it was again the 6th of February. So it's a very special day. So he didn't come in ordinary family. Also Narottam didn't come in ordinary family. Narottam appeared in the family of a king, of Zamindar, and was extremely wealthy family. And Narottama and Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī also appeared in very influential family. His father was Bhaktivinoda Thakur, very great personality. He was one of the 3 chosen Indian intellectuals that were magistrates of British government in India. And he was extremely respected by everyone, and his judgment was accepted by everyone. Was satisfied by his judgment. Yes, and these judgments didn't drag months and years like it's in modern times. But he immediately took judgment. Yes, and everyone was satisfied with his judgment. So, and he was also Nitya Siddha, we can say, the Lord associate from spiritual world. And he was trying to spread this mission of Krishna consciousness all over the world. But he was facing so much opposition from different apa-sampradāyas or false sampradāyas who were actually extremely degraded. And being a Gauḍīya Vaiṣṇava in that time, it was quite dishonorable. Everyone despised Gauḍīya Vaishnavas because they connect this idea of Gauḍīya Vaishnavism with practically prostitution. And yes, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur tried to re-establish the glory of the message of Lord Chaitanya. And he prayed for son who would be a ray of Vishnu, who would spread the light of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. And he tried also, he was writing also in English. He was extremely prolific writer. He wrote so many books, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He slept from 8 p.m. to midnight. And then he was writing books. Yes, he was extremely disciplined personality. And he prayed for divine son. And at the time when Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura appeared in this world, he was a magistrate in Jagannath Puri. And he was also a president of the temple, we can say, at the time. And when Ratha Yatra was there at the time when Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura appeared, the Jagannath cart stopped in front of the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And no one can pull it further. And it stayed there for 3 days. Everyone was pulling as hard as he could. But with no avail. Yes, the cart was standing there and didn't move an inch. And so the wife of Bhaktivinoda Thakur took the opportunity of standing car. Lord Jagannath was standing there in front of the house so long. So she took a newborn child, a few months old, and brought it to the feet of Lord Jagannath. And because she was a wife of the temple president, she was allowed to climb the chariot and put the child at the feet of Lord Jagannath. And immediately when she put the child to the feet of Lord Jagannath, the garland fell from the deity around the child. So it was a sign that this is a very special devotee of Lord Jagannath. Yes. And when he was born, his umbilical cord was tied around his body like a sacred thread. And so he had a sign. This sign remained for his whole life, or his body, like a sacred thread. Yes. And when he was very small child, his head was huge comparing to his body. Yes, he had a huge head. And he was extremely intelligent. And also Nityānanda Das Thakur was extremely intelligent. They both mastered every subject immediately, practically. They were both Shrutidaras, that means you hear once and remember it. Yes. And so, as Bhaktisiddhanta proved his ability, he learned English by studying the dictionary. And he remembered all the dictionary, and he used such words that professors of English couldn't understand. Hare Krishna. Yes. So his books can be sometimes difficult to read because in English, because he used very high English. Yes. So what can we learn from all this? What's important for our life? Maybe our descent in this world is not so divine as from these two personalities, Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura and Nityānanda Das Thakur. But they were sent for the purpose of our spiritual advancement, to show mercy to us. Yes. So it's important to understand that these two personalities came just to teach us how to reconnect with Krishna. And if we take their teaching very seriously, then we have benefit. If we just take it lightly, and we don't take proper care what their message is, then we lose the opportunity to connect with Krishna. So this is most important to understand. Yes, both they came to give us this pure message of Lord Chaitanya, and also their disciples having this same mission of pure devotional service, not mixed, but pure. So we should also follow this pure devotional service, because mixed devotional service can just prolong our stay in this material world. Yes, can just make us a little more pious, but we lose the opportunity to get this most valuable jewel of prema bhakti. Yes. So everyone wants to develop pure love, even if he doesn't know it. Yes. Knowingly or unknowingly, we all want to develop pure love, because only pure love can satisfy the heart. Nothing else can satisfy the heart. And everyone wants to have his heart satisfied. Yes. Everyone wants to be happy. But it's not possible to be happy without pure love of Krishna. Because if we don't have pure love of Krishna, everything will be taken away from us, sooner or later. So we should take it seriously. Whatever we are given by our Guru, who is in the line of Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura and Nityānanda Dāsa Ṭhākura, it's most precious. We shouldn't neglect it. We shouldn't take it cheaply. Yes. We should devote our life. Because if we devote our life will be perfect. If we think that we can retain our independence and be in that way happy, we are just illusioned. We are just illusioned. We cannot be happy independently, because actually no one is independent. Do you know anyone who would be independent? No, we don't know anyone, because we are by our nature, we are Tatastha Shakti, dependent nature. We are dependent either on spiritual nature or material nature. Yes, we can't be independent. So dependence means relationship, isn't it? So we are always in some relationship. And only loving relationship can fulfill the heart. If we don't have loving relationship, we suffer. It's easy to understand. Yes. So, but if we don't strive to deepen our relationship with the Lord on a deep spiritual level, we will not have substantial relationship with the Lord. So our relationship will be shallow. So don't have shallow relationship in your life. Cultivate deep relationships, especially with the Lord. Also with your family members and with your friends. And pick your friends in such a way that they can help you progress in spiritual life. Yes. This is instruction of our ācāryas. Don't have friends that will drag your consciousness to the material platform. Yes. What is the use of such friends? They are enemies, actually. They are our enemies. Don't make friends with your enemies. And your mind is also an enemy if it's not completely devoted to the Lord. Yes. So, yes, we should take this example from these great souls to take life of Krishna consciousness extremely seriously, not cheaply. Because if we take something cheaply, we'll be cheated. Actually, we'll be cheated. Yes. There's no other way than being cheated. Everyone who wants something cheap, he cannot get something of value. No one will give you a diamond for a few cents. Yes, you can get imitation diamond, plastic diamond, for a few cents. As Prabhupada was once asked, how come that only so little people are coming to your movement and not masses? And he said, masses don't go to the diamond shop. Masses, they go for this artificial jewelry. They don't buy the real thing. They buy imitation thing. Don't be one of those who buy imitation thing. That yes, I will do some puja. I will, on special occasions, I will chant around here and there. Yes, then we will be cheated. Our consciousness will be fixed on material enjoyment. Yes, because we are accustomed to seek material enjoyment from time immemorial. And therefore, we will try to see it and search for it also in our life. Yes. So don't be satisfied with material life. Go for the real thing. Yes. So the next thing that we can learn from these great personalities is their attitude, their humility, when and their eagerness for the real thing, as we mentioned. Then when Narottama Dāsa took a bath in Padmavati river, he was imbued with this divine love of Krishna, and he went mad, as astrologer predicted. He went mad in love of Krishna, and so the parents wanted to get him married, but he didn't want to marry. He didn't want to be entangled in this material life. So he escaped, and he ran towards Vrindavan, and he was running through the jungles, and when his parents found out that he escaped, they sent soldiers after him to bring him back. Yes. And they were searching for him all around, also through the jungles, and they found him. They found him. And they wanted to bring him back. But then Narottam, he spoke so softly to these soldiers. He said, if a girl falls in love with some boy, she can never give her heart to anyone else. So I also fell in love with Krishna. So please let me go to Vrindavan, where my lover is. And he spoke so nicely, so softly, that he softened the heart of these soldiers. And they gave him money to go, and they let him go. Yes. So, and when he came there, to Vrindavan, he was under the care of Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami sent him to take initiation from Lokanath Goswami. But Lokanath Goswami, who was also a personal associate of Lord Chaitanya, he vowed that he won't take any disciple. So he didn't want to accept disciples because he was feeling that he's too low, too fallen to accept anyone, to instruct anyone. And therefore he said, how can I accept you as my disciple? You are a great personality. Lord Chaitanya appeared to you personally, and Lord Nityānanda also. And so how can I accept you as a disciple? That means that I'm superior to you. Yes. But Narottam was extremely humble, and he prayed and he cried to be accepted, that my life is useless if I don't take shelter of you, if you don't show me your mercy. And Lokanath Maharaj was determined that, yes, I can't accept you as my disciple, as my servant. So then Narottam Das Thakur was considering what to do, and he was really depressed by the thought that he can't be a disciple of Lokanath, and he was instructed to be. So he didn't have any alternative, just to become a disciple of Lokanath Maharaj. So then he started to clean the place when Lokanath Maharaj responded to the call of nature. Yes. And he was cleaning the place with his own hands. He was the son of a king, he was a prince, but he was cleaning this place, and because he didn't want to disturb anyone, especially not his Guru Maharaj, he came very early in the morning, in night practically, to clean the place and make it fragrant even. So Lokanath Swami was coming there regularly to this place, but he saw that every time he comes, this place is meticulously clean. And not just clean, it's fragrant. How is this possible? So one time he came very early in the morning, even during the night himself also, and he hid in the bushes and was seeing what's happening. And when he saw Narottam came and started to clean the place, he was completely taken aback. He couldn't understand. And he said, Narottam, what are you doing? You're cleaning this filthy place with your hands, and you're a prince. How come that you do such a thing? And Narottam responded, this is my life and soul, service to you. I have no other life. Yes. So, and similar story is the story of Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. Although he was personally initiated in Harinam by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Usually we consider this the most important initiation in our movement. So we take a guru who gives us a Harinam initiation as the primary guru. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, father of Bhaktisiddhānta, gave him Harinam initiation and also initiation in some mantras of Kurma Dev and Nrsimha Dev also, and Varaha Dev. So he had different mantras from Bhaktivinoda Thakur and also Harinam initiation. But later on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the father of Bhaktisiddhānta, instructed him to take shelter of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. to take diksha, initiation from him. So Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura, although he was an erudite scholar, he wrote Surya Siddhanta so perfectly at very young age that he was entitled as Siddhanta Sarasvati. Yes, he was accepted by all scholars as most prolificent scholar. Yes, he was given the highest titles. And Gaura Das Babaji was practically illiterate. Yes, he was great sadhu, but according to material standards, he was not a scholar. So Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura came to him and begged him for initiation. And he was refused. Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati said, "Please give me your mercy." And Gaura Das Babaji said, "I have no mercy. How can I give you what I don't have?" Yes. The custodian of mercy is Lord Caitanya. Lord Caitanya has all mercy. So how can I give you mercy which I don't have? But because Bhaktisiddhanta was very insistent and was begging at the feet of Gaura Das Babaji, he said that I will ask Lord Caitanya if he is willing to give you his mercy. And then later on, the next time Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Goswami Thakur came to Gaura Das Babaji, he asked him, "Have you asked Lord Caitanya to give me mercy?" And he said, "I forgot." I forgot to ask. And he actually was wondering, how can I be your authority? You're so erudite scholar, and I'm illiterate person. How can I be your authority? This is a very relevant question, because if you think that you are superior to someone, this other person can't be your authority. Can be. No. Even if you accept someone formally as your guru, but if you think that you know better, he can't be your authority. Yes, it's impossible. So, therefore, it is important to understand that we are insignificant. In this material world, everyone thinks that I am something important, that I'm something special. So one time, a devotee came to Prabhupada and said, "Prabhupada, I'm the most fallen." And Prabhupada said to him, "You're not the most anything. You're simply insignificant." Yes. And this is, of course, a blow for the false ego. He wants to be something the most, even if not else the most fallen. Yes. But we should understand that we are simply insignificant. We are lost in some small universe. Yes. Completely lost in the universe. So insignificant. And we are lost even in Gothenburg. What to speak of the universe. Yes. Insignificant even here. So if one thinks that he's great, he's just a lunatic, crazy person. Yes. So we shouldn't be crazy. As Prabhupada once wrote, "Who's crazy?" Because they thought that devotees are crazy. And he wrote an essay, "Who's crazy?" Yes. Actually, materialists are crazy. This is a fact. Because they think that something that is temporary will give them permanent result, permanent happiness. This is craziness, isn't it? Yes, it's very simple. If you think that this particular thing will give me happiness, you're crazy. Yes, it's very simple. Because nothing in this world can give us happiness. Yes. Even if it is given some so-called happiness, it's just illusion for some time. Yes. For some time we can be happy. It's like a dream, actually. Not more substantial than a dream. In a dream, one may be very happy for a few moments, can enjoy life very much. But next moment he wakes up and he realizes this was just a dream, nothing substantial, nothing real. So it's the same with our life. Just few moments, even 100 years. It's just a moment, actually. And then we wake up and we realize it's nothing there. It's empty. So the dream is a whirlwind, we can say, of subtle energy. And this life is a whirlwind of gross and subtle energy. Both. So, and both are just passing by and have nothing to do with our own selves. Yes. So we are eternal living entity, and we are just caught in this whirlwind for a few moments, and this whirlwind is just passing by, and we are caught for a few moments, and then we get into another whirlwind, and another, and another. It's just illusion. Everything that is happening here is just illusion. It's of no substance, really. Yes. So, therefore, this humility, as Lord Chaitanya explained, Trinada Pisanichana Tururivasa Ishnana Amanina Manatina Kirtaniya Sadahari, is the key of spiritual life. Yes. No one can enter spiritual realm if he's in illusioned state, if he's crazy, if he thinks that material life can make me happy. No. Only spiritual life can make us happy. So, Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī took shelter of Gaura-Kishora Babaji, and he cried, "Please, if you don't accept me as your disciple, my life is empty, is completely useless. It's better to end my life than to be without your shelter." So we should take this spiritual life as seriously as these two personalities. They were completely humble in front of their spiritual master. Can we imagine if we are the personality that Krishna himself appeared and instructed us, as Narottama Dāsa Ṭhākura? And as Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura, he was also a divine personality. Yes, from the very birth, or even before, of course. And he was extremely learned, and his Guru Maharaj was, from material standard point of view, illiterate. So, yes, we should take this humble position, and then we are saved. Then we are saved. And so they were completely dedicated to their mission, both of them, Narottama Dāsa Ṭhākura and Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura, one accepted the vow of chanting 1 billion holy names. Can you imagine? 1 billion holy names. And he was chanting 192 rounds every day to complete this vow. And he was able to complete it in 9 years. And at that time, he was completely dedicated to this mission, and he was completely absorbed in the pastimes of the Lord. when Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his father, left this world, sometime later, one of his disciples wanted Bhaktisiddhānta, because Bhaktisiddhānta was a very powerful preacher, extremely intelligent and powerful, and he wanted him to help to spread this mission of Krishna consciousness all over the world. And so he was searching for him, and he was in the jungles somewhere, and he was asking local people, have you seen such and such personality? And he was describing him, and they said, we don't know about sadhu. He said that this, have you seen a sadhu like this and this? And they said, we don't know about the sadhu. There is one madman who is crying Haribol, Haribol. And maybe you can see if this is the personality you're searching for. So he went into the jungles and searching for him. And then at a certain point he saw a person who was running out of the jungle, plunging into river Ganges, and calling out, Haribol, Haribol, and completely oblivious to this world. Yes. And so he came to him and said to him, please come and help to spread this Krishna consciousness movement. And he said, what are you speaking about? Can't you see Panchatattva is dancing and chanting? Haribol, Haribol. Can't you see Lord Caitanya and Nityānanda are here? And then this person realized, I can't say anything to this person. And he gave up this idea that Bhaktisiddhānta would ever come back to civilization. Yes. He didn't take any care for his body. Actually, he ate just plain rice. And when he was sick, he put some black pepper on it. Yes. And he had some straw hut as his bhajan kutir, but he didn't took time to repair the roof. So when it was raining, he was sitting inside with his umbrella open. Hare Krishna. He was just chanting all the time. Yes, but later on, he suddenly appeared on the door of this devotee with freshly shaven head, in sannyas robes and with sannyas danda, ready to take this message and mission of Lord Caitanya to everyone. So actually we are here because of the mercy of Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. Any one of us, because he was the sadhu who was able to inspire Śrīla Prabhupada, who came to the West, and he instructed him to go to the West in their first meeting, actually. Prabhupada was actually his father, Prabhupada's father, was inviting sadhus at his house every day for lunch. Yes, his father was very special personality. So much so that Prabhupada dedicated his Krishna book, one of his most dear books, he dedicated to Guru Mohanji, to his father. Not even to Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura, or I don't know, to any of ācāryas, but to his father, yes, who gave him this love of Krishna. Yes, he wrote many times how his father was offering arati to his deities, and he was woken up by ringing of the bell of his father. So his father was inviting different sadhus to his house every day. And Prabhupada saw these sadhus, and he didn't like them very much because more or less they were sense enjoyers. This was the way of supporting their life, playing the role of a sadhu. But Gaur Mohanji was inviting them every day to his house. And usually people, when sadhu comes to the house, usual people, they ask these sadhus for different boons. Let my daughter get good husband, or let me have a good job, or a lot of money, and such things, or let my father be healthy again, or something like this. But Gaur Mohanji, he was not asking for such material boons. He had only one request, one desire from these sadhus. And he prayed to them, please make my son pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. Yes, this was his only desire, only request from these sadhus. So, and his request, his prayer became true. Srila Prabhupada really became pure devotee of Srimati Radharani, and he spread her message all over the world, actually, because message of Lord Chaitanya is message of Srimati Radharani herself, of pure love. So we should understand this is not an ordinary movement. There are many spiritual organizations, but they can connect, even it's questionable if they can connect to God or not. Majority not, unfortunately. I was raised in Catholic family myself, and I know there is no clear idea what is devotion to the Lord. No concept of pure devotional service. Actually, there are few saints that there were pure devotees, no doubt, and you can achieve the perfection also in even in Catholic Church if you're a saint, but you're not trained to be a saint. You're not taught to be a saint, how to be a saint. You're not taught what are the principles of pure devotional service. You don't know. Either you are extremely special personality enlightened by God Himself, because you don't have even association of such people. You can't have. So these movements that are not based on pure devotional service, explained by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is no possibility, not practical possibility to attain the Lord. But here is the scientific process, how to achieve love of God. Yes, and Prabhupada gave it. And so, when he was asked by his friend, please, let's go to visit some sadhu, Prabhupada was not willing to visit a sadhu. He said, I know these sadhus. My father invited them every day to our house, so I know these sadhus. I have no interest to meet them. But this friend said, this is a special sadhu. Please come. And so because he loved his friend, he allowed to be convinced. And so he went. And they met Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. And as it was a custom, you offer obeisance to a sadhu. And so he offered his obeisance to Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. And before he got up, Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura said to him, you're intelligent young man, why don't you spread this message of Lord Chaitanya in English language all over the world? And Srila Prabhupada was taken aback. he said, and because he was a member of this liberation movement, he said, okay, message of Lord Chaitanya. So, the message is that these outer circumstances, these material circumstances are unimportant. Yes. This message of Lord Krishna is transcendental, and his devotees are also transcendental. This is important to understand. Nothing material, no material qualification can hamper this transcendental message. Yes. So one can be a Shudra, one can be a sannyasi, one can be Brahmana, one can be even Mlecha, whatever. If he knows the science of Krishna, he's true Guru. Yes. Kiba vipra kiba nyasi, Shudra kenenaya. Ye Krishna tattva veta, say Guru haya. It is explained. One who knows the science of Krishna, he is true Guru. Yes. So take shelter of one who knows Krishna. And who knows Krishna? Krishna, of course, we should know Shastra. Guru Sadhu Shastra is the sign of proper knowledge. But also, one who is completely dedicated to Krishna's message. He knows Krishna. Otherwise, we can have bookish knowledge of Shastra. But if we don't surrender completely, if our life is not just for Krishna, if we are not enamored by Krishna, completely in love with Krishna, we don't know Krishna. Yes. We are in love with Krishna. Everyone, you cannot live without Krishna, because Krishna is everything. So everyone is completely in love with Krishna. So whatever we like in our life, our husband or wife, our parents, our children, our friends, money, food, everything is actually expansion of Krishna's energy. So everything is Krishna. So we are in love with Krishna completely, but in the wrong way. Just the fraction of Krishna's potency. Yat vibhutimat sattvam shrimaturjitam tattata vavagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. It is explained by Krishna. Whatever is glorious, magnificent, attractive, it's only me. But in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he explains, if you worship anything but me, you worship in the wrong way, and you'll be forced to take birth again and again and again. So take shelter of Krishna, take shelter of those who know Krishna, who are dedicated to Krishna, whose life is just for Krishna, meant for Krishna, and you'll be perfect. Yes, and you will be in line of these great personalities of Bhaktisiddhānta and Nityānanda Dāsa Ṭhākura. Hare Krishna. Is there any question or comment? Yes, please.
Thank you for enlightening us. There is a question regarding Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. As you mentioned, Prabhu, he used to take some vows and he used to do some austerity. For example, chanting name of Krishna so many times.
Yes.
Just rice. So those type of austerities, is it recommended now? Should I be able to? Should I do these things to get attention of Krishna? And how is it actually?
Yes. These austerities actually are not needed on the bodily level. But absorption in our bhajan, in our worship, is needed. He used these austerities to go deeper and deeper in his bhajan. So, majority of people cannot do such austerities. He was special divine personality, and he did these austerities for the benefit of others, for us, that we can take humble position and we can realize it's not possible, even theoretically, to engage in such austerities. Yes, and by this understanding we can be very humble. If these great personalities wouldn't do something extraordinary, we would take them cheaply. Yes, I can also do like this. But these two great personalities, they did such things that we can't do. Yes. So although they are not necessary for devotional service, we can get great message from them, that we have to go deep in our sadhana, that we have to go deep in our relationship with Krishna, that we should go deep in our bhajana. So that means that I get up very early in the morning and chant the holy name, completely dedicated to the holy name. Yes, this is important, this is required. This is the austerity you should take. Yes. So you can chant the holy name at least 2 hours in the morning before the day starts. And no sound should come from the phone. Yes. The phone should be switched off and put in another room and lock the room. Yes. Because the phone is the ultimate distractor of this age. Yes. Completely steals away our consciousness. And don't do anything else during your chanting. Because if you do anything else, your attention will be to these other things. We should know that this chanting is most intimate association with Krishna. And you can imagine you maybe have a very intimate relationship with your wife, for example. And if you start scrolling on your phone, it's an offense, isn't it? Yes. Or you start watching TV or reading a newspaper or something. It's an offense and definitely kills the intimacy, isn't it? So don't do anything else that would kill intimacy. And we can take instruction from these austerities of these great personalities, that we take our bhajan seriously. Yes, and that we have at least this austerity to not do other things during our chanting. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Yes. Hare Krishna.
How can one distinguish pure devotional service from mixed devotional service?
Yes, this is important, because Nityānanda Dāsa Ṭhākura, we have discussed Nityānanda Dāsa Ṭhākura, said that we shouldn't associate with mixed devotees. Should also only associate with pure devotees. So Rupa Goswami explains in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karmadya navritam anukulyena Krishna nushilanam bhaktir uttama. That pure devotional service is without any other desire. That we anya bilashita. Anya means other. Abhilasha means desire. And shunyam means zero. There shouldn't be any other desire. Actually, he says anya bilashita shunyam. Not anya bilasha shunyam, but anya bilashita shunyam. That means that we should give up any tendency for any other desire. That means that we should, although by definition in this material world we are not pure yet, because we perform sadhana to become pure, to become perfect. So we should give up the desire for other desires. Understand? So we should perceive that we have so many desires in our heart, but we shouldn't harbor them. We shouldn't give them space in our heart. We should try to give them up, to be purified. And we pray to the Lord, please help me purify my consciousness to surrender only to you. If I have such desire to get rid of all these different other desires, then we are properly situated in pure devotional service. And jnana karmadi anavritam. So our bhakti is not covered by jnana, that I am not this body, or karma, that I do certain activities, social activities, that they are important for my life. Nothing is important but bhakti. And then anukulyena Krishna anushilanam. Our bhakti should be done favorably for Krishna, with loving heart, and trying to please him. And then this is pure devotional service. So, if we have any other desires, and we don't think that we should get rid of this desire, this is the sign that we don't have pure devotional service, that we are not striving for pure devotional service. Yes. So our desire should be to purify our existence for Krishna's pleasure, that we should engage in Krishna's service for Krishna's pleasure, and that we realize that we are Krishna's servants, and the servants of his servants. So we should engage in our service under the guidance of Krishna's servant. Yes, we should understand this, that we are not something important. We should live under the guidance of Krishna's servant, and then we can hope to become pure Krishna's servant ourselves also. So we should know what are the principles of pure devotional service, and then trying to engage in our life accordingly. So seek the guidance of pure devotees of the Lord, and you'll become pure devotee yourself also. Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
We heard about two great personalities now.
Yes.
Narottama Dāsa Ṭhākura and Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura. In one of the cases, it was Caitanya Mahāprabhu who gave this prema
Yes.
in the river. So Narottama Dāsa Ṭhākura got that route.
Yes.
But Bhaktisiddhānta Maharaj, he has to do sadhana. Like he did 192 rounds of so much of austerities.
Yes.
So what is the way how can we expect that, or can we desire for the mercy of the Lord to
Descend.
in the case of Narottama Dāsa? Yes.
Yes. Narottama Dāsa Ṭhākura also performed sadhana. Yes. He was not just pure devotee from his birth and didn't perform any sadhana. He performed sadhana very diligently under the guidance of his teachers, of Lokanath Maharaj and Jiva Goswami. Yes. Even Lord Caitanya himself performed sadhana. Although he was Radha and Krishna themselves combined. So most powerful personality in all of existence, the absolute personality, he performed sadhana to teach all of us. He was counting the holy names. Yes, he was chanting the holy names, certain rounds. number of rounds every day. So we should take seriously that no one is exempt from sadhana, not even the Lord himself. Yes. And great personalities also, they all perform sadhana. Of course, to teach us. Actually, sadhana is our only connection with the Lord. Where is any other connection with the Lord except sadhana? Yes. If you're not performing sadhana or practice, spiritual practice, you can't be connected with the Lord. Yes. With what means you will connect? Because our thoughts, the thoughts of people in this world, they flow naturally towards material things. So only sadhana forces our mind to flow towards the Lord. Yes. So only sadhana can connect us, actually, really, to the Lord. So therefore, I'm stressing this chanting with utmost sincerity, and also reading and hearing. They're all most important practices, spiritual practices, that they connect us with the Lord. If we don't perform them regularly, every day, without exception, we'll be just dragged forcefully to material consciousness. And everyone can see in his own life that it is true. If we are not really diligently perform our sadhana, our life is dragged to material consciousness, helplessly. Yes. We don't have a power to restrain. And Krishna himself explains this. Devi hyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadante maya metantarantite. This my energy is impossible to overcome. It's duratyaya. This illusory energy is impossible to overcome. But those who surrender unto me, mam eva ye prapadante, certainly unto me, they can cross over it. Yes. So we should surrender to Krishna. But this surrender is expressed through practice of Krishna consciousness. And Krishna himself explains in Bhagavad Gita in so many different places. Abhyasa yoga yuktana chetasananya gamina paramam purusham divyam yadu partana chintayan. Yes, Abhyasa yoga means practice of sadhana bhakti. Yes. So we should engage in practice. Only by practice, Krishna explains, we can develop desire to attain him. Without this practice, without this sadhana, we can't even develop desire to attain him. Yes. Then we'll have so many different material desires. I want good family, I want good car, I want good job, I want have a lot of money, I want to be healthy, I want this, I want that. Endless desires. Only if we perform strict sadhana, completely dedicated to the Lord, we can develop desire to attain him. And we can check if we have other desires like this. I want this, I want that, I would like to have this, I would like to have that. If we have such desires in our heart, that means that we don't perform sadhanas properly. That we don't have strong sadhana. That we don't develop really desire for attaining Krishna. Because, as Krishna explains, in Bible it is explained, that God is a jealous God. This is interesting because usually we perceive jealousy as a bad quality. But in Bible it is said that God is a jealous God. And that means that he doesn't want to be one of our lovers, but he wants to be our exclusive lover. Yes. So if we harbor any other desire, these other desires, other enjoyments, are our lovers. We expect enjoyment from our lover, don't we? Yes. Our lover is meant for our enjoyment. So, if we expect any enjoyment from anything else than Krishna, It means that we have other lovers in our life. But Krishna doesn't want to be one of our lovers. He wants to be our exclusive lover. So we should give up all our other lovers and just dedicate to Krishna and beg him for forgiveness that we engaged with other lovers. So yes, Hare Krishna. So I think we should end here. Thank you very much for your attention. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for this